So we are starting out in Matthew. We're going to finish up here in Matthew 23.
Yes, we're starting at verse 25. I wish I could hear this in the tone that Jesus took. So listen to this and
So are you
think
going
about
to try
that.
and read it in his
No,
tone?
because then I think it will just come across sounding
Angry?
silly.
Okay.
I think it might be better for
Okay.
me to say the words I want. If
Yeah.
you're listening,
Think
about this in how Jesus would have been saying this.
For sure.
So starting at verse 25, you're hopeless, you religion scholars and Pharisees, frauds. You buff the surface of your cups and bowls so they sparkle in the sun while the insides are maggoty with your greed and gluttony. Stupid Pharisees, scour the insides and then the gleaming surface will mean something. You're hopeless, you religion scholars and Pharisees, frauds. You're like manicured grave plots, grass clipped and the flowers bright, but 6 feet down, it's all rotting bones and worm-eaten flesh. People look at you and think you're saints, but beneath the skin, you're total frauds. You're hopeless, you religion scholars and Pharisees, frauds. You build granite tombs for your prophets and marble monuments for your saints. And you say that if you had lived in the day of your ancestors, no blood would have been on your hands. You protest too much. You're cut from the same cloth as those murderers and daily add to the death count. Snakes, cold-blooded sneaks. Do you think you can worm your way out of this? Never have to pay the piper? It's on account of people like you that I sent.
I love you.
You'll know in just a second. Thank you, God, for those moments.
You're exactly where you need to be.
Snakes. Cold-blooded sneaks. Do you think you can worm your way out of this and never have to pay the piper? It's on account of people like you that I send prophets and wise guides and scholars generation after generation and sorry, my tears. It's on account of people like you that I send prophets and wise guides and scholars generation after generation. And generation after generation, you treat them like dirt, greeting them with lynch mobs, hounding them with abuse. You can't squirm out of this. Every drop of righteous blood ever spilled on this earth, beginning with the blood of that good man Abel, right down to the blood of Zechariah, Berechiah's son, whom you murdered at his prayers, is on your head. All this, I'm telling you, is coming down on you, on your generation. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, murderer of prophets, killer of the ones who brought you God's news. How often I've ached to embrace your children. The way a hen gathers her chicks under her wings, you wouldn't let me. And now you're so desolate, nothing but a ghost town. What is there left to say? Only this. I'm out of here soon. The next time you see me, you'll say, oh, God has blessed him. He's come bringing God's rule.
That was a beautiful passage. But you can hear the tenseness, right? He is over it. He's over.
I imagine him just loud, and he was probably shouting and loud in his body language and the anger at what they've done. And on that reading, God said, you are all done with that. You did what you needed to do.
You're talking in relation to?
The church that I grew up in. Yeah, it's been a difficult battle over the past year and whatever. And that it just been sitting in my mind, how will I know when I can move on when it's the right time to move on. And I can move on.
Good.
I can.
Good.
It is good. Ooh, I was not prepared for that.